as long as injuries don't delay. Wemby should be special. It might take a bit, a half season or whatnot in a season or two, but soon he'll be fine. I just think he needs to put on weight. That's all I think it is. I think he needs to put on muscle, not like fat weight, but put on muscle.
Yeah, I mean, he's. I'm telling you, he's going to go through the Giannis. He's going to do the same regiment Giannis did, and from year 1 to year 3, you're going to see him fill out and start looking more muscular. I mean, again, these guys are super young. Like, we all know how it was when we were young. When we were young, you know, I mean, we had a different body shape, as
Right.
though from 18, and then look at your body when you're 20, 22, 23 years old. Like, your body just naturally starts to fill out. I know guys that were skinny as a twig all the way till they were like 19, and then all of a sudden they got, they rounded out a little bit and they got a little thicker, because it is like your body has to have time to mature and continue to grow. And like I said, I mean, as far as him, like I think he's an absolute talent. I haven't seen enough and him dominate enough top talent for me to say that Victor is going to be a generational talent.
I mean, he has played with the professionals overseas. Like we said, because even going back to with Luka, we said the same thing about Luka too. Like how he's going to pan out playing against some of the best players in the world in the NBA, and he came in and he wasn't a generational talent, but that was an okay draft with him and Trae Young being those two guys, being the face of that draft. But I think Wemby's, if he can gain that muscle and he develops, because the thing about it is he can push the ball up like a guard. He can post up. He could do a few other things. So
yes, sir.
Wemby it's going to be very different. It's going to be a very different type of player. But I don't think. I mean, they say that he a generational talent, but I don't know. I just got to see it to believe it.
There's things that he can do now in the league he's running. The competition he's been facing, you're not going to be able to do that in the NBA. You're not. He's not going to be able to sit there like, yes, he's got good handles and all this stuff. But some of the things that he can do, you put Patrick Beverly in front of him, and he tries to do all the double dribble back and forth sway moves. Patrick Beverly don't steal that ball. Any good defender steal that fucking ball. I don't give a fuck. You're hunched over. You're 7'2". Okay, like I get it. Yes, you have great handles, but this is the NBA we're talking about. Some of the best defenders, some of the best guys who are gonna sit there and they're gonna get low and they're gonna dive at that ball. They're gonna cut at the ball. Where, like I said, I'm not gonna say he's not gonna have any success, because Jokic can bring the fucking ball up. So you know what I mean? Like anybody can bring the ball up as long as they keep pay attention. But I'm saying, like, a lot of the little moves that he, like, finesse shit that he gets away with doing now, I don't think he'll get away with doing that in the league on a regular basis until, like you said, until he's completely, like, he gets that muscle tone, until he gets the NBA body. It's going to be tough for him, especially, like you said, the majority of the time he's going to get put on a bigger guy, especially on defense. They're going to put one of their bigger wings, or they're going to put one of a center who can actually move. So you're going to go up against guys who are a little more filled out. And when you're going up against heavier guys, it's going to be a long, hard game.
I think Pop's going to get him ready. I mean, I think Pop is one of those coaches that's going to develop him, because if you look at it, even though Tim Duncan, he's from the Virgin Islands, but he played his ball at Wake Forest. So I mean, he played 1 year at Wake. I mean, it was about, I think it was 1 year or 2 years that he played at Wake Forest, if I'm not mistaken. But Tim Duncan turned out to be, one of the best power forwards to ever play this game. I just think it just takes development. It's going to take time. I don't want Wemby to come in and just be like, okay, you have to be this immediately. And that's what the media gets from it. They think that he's supposed to be this guy immediately, and I disagree with that. I disagree. Yeah. I don't think he has to be that right now, but I feel like the Spurs have their guy.
That's kind of how I feel about it.
Say that again, bro.
I'm not gonna lie. Okay, Maverick, go ahead.
I mean, but you don't feel like that's what you don't feel like that's what they hyped him up to be, though? Was like a right now type of guy? Like, I'm like, Supposedly,
I think
that's what
they
he's
can
supposed
hype
to
him
be.
up
It's
to
like
be that, but if you look at the Spurs roster, they're not that. You get
So-
what I'm saying? They don't have nothing. They don't have nothing around Wemby right now that to say they could win right now with Wemby.
Yeah, no, I agree with you there. Now, see, this is how I see it. He's going to come in, and what they're looking for, and they're saying like, look, this cat's going to be the rookie of the year. Okay, he's going to come in, he's going to dominate, he's going to show off, he's going to win rookie of the year.
Yeah.
Year two, he's going to fill out a little more. He's going to be even better than the rookie year. Okay, by year 3, he should fill out a little more, essentially be pretty much at his NBA body, and we should be seeing lights out Victor Wemby.
okay.
That's, I mean, that's how I'm thinking it
say.
is. Because
by no, he will not.
Pledged go out.
So
That's what I'm saying. I don't think he just physically he doesn't. I don't like.
but think about, but we can say that physically, but we said that about Giannis as well. What did we say when Giannis came into the league?
Yeah, but
he
I
has
mean,
to
okay.
put on muscle. He has to.
I got a question
physical.
though. How many guys? It's been a lot of big guys, like a lot of like 7-footers, 6'11s, whatever, like Giannis, whatever. How many of them actually have came in and really put on that weight though? Besides Giannis, how many of them actually came in and put on weight?
Well, it really depends on your coaching staff to help them put on that weight too. It really depends on your organization as well. Now, if we want to be completely honest, we said that about Duncan. Duncan came in very slim to none. But when he came in and he got under a David Robinson in that coaching staff with Coach Popovich, he put on that weight and he developed into a very fundamental player. Now, if Pop did sign a 3-year extension, so in the next couple of years, which is 4 years left. I mean, it's 4 years that Pop is going to be with the Spurs. That's a good time span to help Wemby get the muscle and develop every single year. I really think that Wemby can really be that guy, but I just need to stop the rush. Stop the rush.
Okay.
Because we said this about Giannis. Giannis was not in a rush to be that generational talent as he is today. Like when Giannis got into the league, okay, what did they say? He was too small and he got to gain muscle and he has a better post presence. And what did he do? He developed into one of the best players in the league now. Just gotta give Wemby that time, man.
But Giannis, but we can't act like Giannis not a one of a kind. But we cannot act like Giannis is not a one of a kind dog, man. Giannis.
But did we know that coming into the draft that he was a one of a kind dog? Did we know that?
I mean, I can feel that, but that's why. But all I'm saying is that work ethic and that dedication that Giannis has, even to put on the weight, even to become the player he came, that is rare. Does Victor even have that? Before we even talk about, does you know what I'm saying? Like, does he have that?
I think he's just under an organization where I know that he will listen to the coaches there. I think he's in the right. If he gets drafted which he will get drafted to the Spurs.
Oh, Unc just brought up a good point. Unc said it took Duncan 4 years to develop into his body.
So here's my whole thing is, okay. When did Giannis get drafted? What number was he? Wembley is going number 1 overall. Okay. I don't care what anybody says. Number 1 overall picks, you're expected to come in immediately and have an impact.
Yeah.
That's
just like Anthony Bennett from the Cleveland Cavaliers a couple years back too.
I mean, but and with Max saying that, regardless of what they do, and that's the truth though. As a number 1 pick,
I think being a number 1 overall pick and no matter what sport it is overrated.
Yeah, I mean, but that whole thing, you're getting picked in the first round. You're getting picked first overall, top 10. Like you're top 10. You got picked top 10 because of your expectations. What's expected of you? It'd be different if you know what I mean. If a guy's hurt, okay, you know that first year he's nursing his injury. Year 2, though, we need to see something. You know what I'm saying? So again, it's when you're picked in them top spots, you have much more expected from you. And I think that's
I disagree because the teams you get drafted to, they're bums. So what really expectations that you have? Like, and me and Bud were just talking about this. That's why I feel like NBA is more of an individual sport than a team sport because we look at the individual player instead of the team around the star player.
Yeah, no, NBA is definitely a more individual sport.
Yeah, no, I mean, and for sure, and especially when it comes to the young guys coming into the league, especially when they're going on teams that really don't have that much talent. It's like, yeah, like listen, not everybody can be rookie of the year, okay? Because it's only given out to one person. But the simple fact is, can you come in and can you compete? Can you show the promise that you have in you? Can you show that you're going to elevate your game every single year? You're going to continue to get better.
You know who you sound like, Mac? Who you talking about? You know who you sound like? Who you talk about? Can we forget about a guy named Ben Simmons that was supposed to be that? If I'm not mistaken. No, I'm saying that's what you sound like. You sound like that. You sound like you're talking about Ben Simmons right there. That's what you sound.
No. Not Ben Simmons.
He said that.
Okay, he had a. It was the shooting. Shooting was that ceiling that was above his head. And that was the biggest question. Is he gonna be able to improve his shooting? Is he gonna be able to become a shooter? Is he gonna be able to be consistent? Blah 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 blah. Shooting was his big thing. That glass ceiling was sitting over there, and that motherfucker must have been bulletproof because he never got. Okay, and that's what I'm saying by it. Like, bro, when you're talking about guys like Wembley and versus guys like Simmons, Wembley, like the only thing you can worry about is his physical weight and being able to be physical enough in the NBA.
Yeah.
His tool bag is, man, that motherfucker walking around with 2 goddamn full tool bags, okay? Like offense and defense, like the man plays. He plays. He's a gamer. He comes to play every single game. And I love that about him. But again, like you said, it's the little things. It's his weight and the physical muscle. And then it's going to be, getting used to playing at the speed of the NBA. Because you can play in the G League, you can play in any kind of other league you want. It's not as fast as the NBA. Europe is the next best thing. I'll say that. But Europe, I'll say this: Europe defensively can be a little better than the NBA.
Yeah.
But they also get away with a lot of shit over
They
in
definitely
Europe.
say it's harder to score supposedly in the European leagues.
Because I've sat there over the last 2 years. I've watched a lot of them games over in Europe, and dude, the physicality that them guys play with is a whole different ball game. So even Lucas said it. Lucas said, when I came here, man, playing in the NBA was so much easier to score.
Yeah.
And it was, and that's why I mean, like, you have to be patient with some of these guys when it comes to certain things. And as far as weight and physical, yeah, you give it 2 or 3 years. Even Tim Duncan. Okay, Tim Duncan took a full 4 years to get his body right, but that's what I'm saying. Look at the age. He was in his early to mid 20s. That's when you completely wind up filling your body out. Now, again, if you add, the right eating regimen, the right training regimen, all that good stuff, like it all takes into account.